To walk in nature is to witness 1,000 miracles. Sometimes it is a stroll on a park, and at other times it is a trek up a mountain. It was 7 in the morning and the D-Day was upon us. We took a car from Leh and reached Stok village at 8:30 am. The plan was simple. Register for the trek at Stok Kangri village, trek to Changma, have lunch there, and advance towards Mankarma.
लगता है पाकिस्तान को अलग नहीं होना चाहिए तो यार हमारे पास शादी के ऑप्शंस कम हो गए उसमें आगे होता है कहते हैं दूजा मुल्क जिसको उस पाकिस्तान में पहुंचे ये लाइन हमने पहले जिले के दो परगना में पहुंचे रेशम गली के दूजे कूचे के चौथे मकाम में पहुंचे कुछ ले जाएगा मुझे
The first day of the trek, we were told by our trek leader Sai that we would have to reach Mankarma by evening. Stok Kangri is one of the highest trekkable peaks in the world. It stands at an elevation of 20,100 feet and is higher than the highest mountain in Europe, Mount Elbrus. And although marginally, it is even higher than the highest mountain in Africa, Mount Kilimanjaro. It beats two of the highest mountains across two different continents and is, without a doubt, a crowned jewel of India. Although Stok Kangri does not require any technical experience, by no means is it meant for beginners. The view from the Stok Kangri summit is worth all the uphill battle. You can even see the Karakoram range from the Stok Summit along with the Zanskar range. The Stok Kangri expedition is a once-in-a-lifetime adventure and every avid trekker's dream.
मैं क्या सोच रहा हूँ कि अपने को ना राजमा लाना चाहिए था थोड़ा टाइम लगता बनाने में बहुत ही गंदा बनाते पर कम से कम नमक मिर्ची
After a grueling trek, we had reached Mankarma around 6:30 in the evening on day 1. We set up tent, cooked food, and went to sleep early as everybody was completely exhausted. On day 2, we trekked and reached the Stok Kangri base camp around 4 p.m. Tents were set up there again and food was cooked and served. Everybody had a gala time in spite of the wilderness and the cold. Hanging out in the mountains is truly a one-of-a-kind experience. Come day 3, we hiked to a nearby peak for acclimatization and test the limits of everybody in the group. It was the day when the group for summit would be chosen. The weather was unforgiving, as was the exhaustion and the lack of oxygen. 3 people, including our trek leader Sai from the 6-people group, had made the cut for summit that night. Another briefing session had been conducted on how to use crampons, ice axes, boots, and spend less energy during descent. At 3 a.m. on day 3, the trio set out for the summit. Sai led the way. The biggest and the only challenge during Stok Kangri trek is a summit day, where you have to brave sub-zero temperatures, trek on a glacier for about 6 to 7 hours at night, and walk on the ridgeline for about 2 hours to reach the summit. There was a huge crevasse on the glacier that night. One person out of the group of 3 made his way back to the base camp from the glacier. The other 2 went on. Everything around them was a mix of ice and hard rock. The weather was deteriorating. Oxygen levels were decreasing. After a very long time, one person had crossed the both of them. He was apparently making his way back from the summit. 300 meters from the summit, they couldn't go on anymore. They sat there for long, waiting for the sunrise. Once the sun was up, everything was even more beautiful. You could call it deadly gorgeous. Both of them began their descent to the base camp on the morning of day 4.
Okay.
So I should quit. Stok will be here. I should remain alive so that I can come back.
Exactly on point.
Stok will not go anywhere. I should come back.
When there is less snow
Yes.
and there is news of successful summits.
Exactly. Only 10% success rate.
No,
Look
no,
at
not
them.
10, not 10. Only like
Professional mountaineers. Look at him. I was sure that he'll do it. He hasn't. So yesterday night only I have decided I'll not do it.
पर अचानक से एक दिन सुनी सुबह उठ के अरे इसको मैराथन में दौड़ने
4 बजे जा रही है दौड़ने.
फिर दूसरे दिन बोली अरे मेरे को साइकिल चलाने के लिए जाना है.
हम लोग ऐसे 5 बजे उठ के साइकिल चलाने चले जाते हैं, मैराथन जाते हैं.
लड़की जा रही है सुबह 1-2 घंटे में वापस आ रही है. अभी बोला मेरे को ट्रेक पे जाना है.
स्टोक कांगरी.
वो भी स्टोक कांगरी पे.
वो भी सांतापुर के बाद स्टोक कांगरी.
भाई को सदमा लग गया होगा.
भाई ने इंडायरेक्ट गाली दिया ना मुझे.
और जो मैं करती हूँ ना सब इसके साथ करती हूँ.
देखो देखो ये गलत बात.
और ये उनका डंडा जिसके साथ वो खुदाई करते रहते हैं.
छोटा जेसीबी.
छोटा जैसे जयपुर बहुत ही वाहियात शादी होती है. मतलब लड़की टाइमिंग थी शादी की 11 बजे की, लड़की आई 2:30 बजे. बगल में बारात आई 12:30 बजे, लड़की उसकी 2 घंटे बाद.
शादी मजा आता है.
चले गए.
रुलाते हैं जो चलेगा ही चलेगा. मैं इसको बोली हूँ
करवाते हैं ना.
हाँ हाँ जो पैसा जो ऐसे ऐसे फेंकता है.
वो नाचती है ना, उसको नाचने नहीं देगा. जाके ऐसा ऐसा एक्सप्रेशन देगा साला. इतना शर्म आता है देख के.
मैं देखी हूँ लिटरली शर्म आएगा.
दिखा.
In July 2019, only a handful of people could make it to the summit, given the terrible weather conditions. It wasn't all downhill, however, because the time we spent up there in the middle of nowhere. were some very precious moments. Yes, the air was knocked out of our lungs more often than not, but it only taught us to value our lives even more. Coming back, we knew that Stok Kangri wouldn't go anywhere anytime soon, and that we would go back again.